Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're gonna be diving into speed reading,
Ooh,
and
okay.
just imagine just like absorbing knowledge at warp speed. Uh,
Devouring those
yeah,
books.
devouring your reading lists, and maybe even running into a life-changing book along the way.
That's the dream.
So we're diving deep into this article called "How to Read Faster with These 9 Speed Reading Hacks."
9.
To
Wow.
yeah, to extract these I guess golden nuggets of speed reading wisdom.
I like that. Golden nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I thought was interesting about this article is how um, it really emphasizes how reading can be, like, truly transformative.
Yeah.
The author even argues that a single book has the potential to, like, significantly impact your life.
Yeah, that's a powerful thought. And if you could double or even triple the number of books you read,
Right.
just imagine the possibilities. But let's be honest, I think a lot of people think that speed reading equals sacrificing comprehension for speed.
For sure. Yeah, that's a common misconception.
Right.
It's not about skimming. It's not just
Yeah.
like blah, blah, blah,
Nah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
Real speed reading is about training both your eyes and your mind
Yeah.
to work more efficiently.
So it's like
Uh,
upgrading your reading hardware and software.
exactly. Yeah, one of the first upgrades that you can make is tackling subvocalization.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
that you know that little voice in your head that reads along with you?
Uh-huh.
That's it. And it's a major speed bump.
Yeah.
The article suggests looking at words in silence to help break this habit.
Oh, wow.
It's a challenge, but it's something that you can start practicing right now.
I'm definitely guilty of that, the sub-vocalizing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see how quieting that inner voice
Yeah.
could make a big difference.
Absolutely.
But how do you even begin to measure progress?
Well, the article recommends finding your baseline reading speed,
Okay.
and you can test yourself on websites like readingsoft.com,
Okay.
and they suggest measuring in minutes per page.
Okay.
Makes it easier to visualize the time saved.
Got it.
Imagine cutting your reading time for a 200-page book from 17 hours down to 6 or 7.
Wow, that's almost half a day.
Right? Saved.
Crazy.
But isn't there a risk of missing important information when you speed up?
That's
The article mentions using a pointer to guide your eyes.
yeah.
That sounds a little strange to me.
I know. It might seem a little counterintuitive,
That's
but
okay.
using your finger or a pen
Okay.
to guide your eyes, it helps maintain a consistent pace and it reduces backtracking.
Got it.
It's like
So it's like a
it's like setting a steady rhythm for your reading.
a smooth flow
Yeah.
across the page.
Yeah, for sure.
But does that mean you should always be reading at top speed?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Speed reading is about having control.
Okay. Different types of material require different approaches, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't speed through a dense textbook the same way you would a lighthearted novel.
Right.
So-
You adjust your speed and focus depending on
Yeah.
the content and what you're trying to get out of it.
Absolutely.
Got it. But what about our eyes themselves? I mean,
No.
we tend to like dart around when we read,
They do?
which can be distracting and inefficient.
Yes. Absolutely. Minimizing eye movement is key.
Okay.
The article has some interesting exercises
Okay.
to train your eyes for efficiency.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like a workout for your eyeballs.
Got it.
It even mentions a cheesy eye exercise video set to club music.
Okay, that I have to say.
I know, right?
But seriously, are there any techniques to help process the information faster?
Well,
The article talks about skipping unimportant words.
Yeah.
Like if, is, the.
yeah,
Can you really just like skip words and still understand what you're reading?
it might sound strange,
Yeah.
but yes, by focusing on the key words and phrases, you're essentially training your brain to cut through the noise and extract meaning more efficiently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by that.
Yeah.
It challenges the idea that every single word is crucial for comprehension.
It really does.
But how do you know which words to skip?
Well, I think of it less as like
Is there like a secret formula?
a formula and more like developing a sense for the rhythm of language.
Okay.
Articles, prepositions, conjunctions.
Yeah.
They often act like the glue that holds the sentences together,
Yeah.
but they don't always carry the the core meaning.
So you're basically like learning to identify the words that carry the most weight.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can see how that would help speed things up without sacrificing understanding.
For sure.
But isn't it difficult to break those like ingrained reading habits?
It can be.
The article mentions some apps
Yeah.
that can help with speed reading training.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Apps could be a great way to, what's the word, turbocharge your training.
Okay.
They offer features like importing text for practice, flashing words at different speeds, and providing feedback on your progress.
It's like having a digital coach to help you level up your reading game.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's great. The article mentions several,
Yes.
including Accelerator, Spreeder, Spritz, ReadMe, and Accelerate.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
It is.
Do you have any favorites or recommendations for someone just starting out?
Um, I think it really depends on your learning style and your preferences.
Okay.
Some apps are better for visual learners, while others focus on paced reading exercises.
So it's important to experiment and see what works best.
I think so.
Okay, but let's say you've mastered the techniques.
Okay.
And you're cruising through text at double your usual speed.
Right.
What about actually remembering
Yeah.
what you read?
Good question.
The article mentions some tips for retaining information, but are they really effective?
They are,
Okay.
but they require you to be an active reader.
Okay, so let's dive into those retention tips.
Yes.
In part 2.
All right.
All right, so we've learned about some speed reading techniques and training tools.
Yeah.
But what about
Yeah.
remembering all that information?
Right.
The article has some retention tips.
It does?
But do they really hold up under the pressure of warp speed reading?
They do, but like I said, they require you to be an active reader.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine this. You're reading about the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Instead of just seeing words on a page, you picture the bustling city of Rome, the legions marching, the senators debating.
Uh-huh.
That's creating a mental impression.
So it's like turning the text to a movie in your head.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
A vivid image is more likely to stick
Right.
than just words on a page.
Right.
Another powerful technique is association,
Okay.
right? Let's say you're reading about a new scientific concept.
Okay.
Try to connect it to something you already know. Maybe it's similar to a concept from a documentary you watched. Or perhaps it reminds you of a conversation you had with a friend.
It's like building a mental bridge between new information and existing knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It's easier to learn something new when you can relate it to something you already understand.
Right.
And of course, good old repetition is key.
Yeah.
The article emphasizes revisiting material, whether it's rereading sections or summarizing key points in your own words.
So it's not just about speed, it's about
Right.
actively engaging
It is.
with the material to make it stick.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, remember those 4 levels of reading
Oh, yes.
from Mortimer Adler's How to Read a Book
Yes.
that were mentioned in the article?
Yes,
They offer a framework for deeper engagement.
they do.
The first level is elementary reading, where you're simply aiming for basic comprehension.
Uh-huh.
The second level, inspectional reading, is about getting an overview of the book's structure and key arguments.
So it's like scouting the terrain before you dive in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The third level is analytical reading.
Okay.
Here, you're really digging deep, questioning the author's arguments, making connections, and forming your own interpretations.
Okay.
And finally, the fourth level is synoptical reading, where you compare and synthesize ideas from multiple sources.
Wow, that sounds incredibly thorough.
It's like taking your reading comprehension to a black belt level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a more advanced approach, but these levels can be applied to any type of reading,
Okay.
whether you're tackling a novel, a research paper, or even a news article.
So I'm starting to see how speed reading isn't just about racing through text.
Yeah,
It's about being intentional
it is.
with your reading
It is.
and choosing the right approach for your goals.
Absolutely.
Okay, and the article really drives this point home by delving into the world of speed reading apps.
Yeah.
Now, remember those apps we talked about earlier? Accelerator, Splitter, Spritz, ReadMe, and Accelerate.
Uh-huh.
Each one has unique features that can help you develop different aspects of speed reading.
They do.
Right? It's like choosing the right tool for the job.
It is. Think of Accelerator and Spreeder as your training grounds. They let you import text and practice at different speeds.
Okay.
Spritz, on the other hand, is more about visual training. It flashes words one at a time, forcing your eyes to adapt and process information more quickly.
That sounds intense.
Yeah.
I can see how that would push the limits of your visual processing.
It can be a real eye-opener.
Yeah.
Now, if you're an avid ebook reader, ReadMe, might be a good choice. It integrates speed reading tools directly into your e-reader,
Uh-huh.
making it convenient to practice while you enjoy your favorite books.
Okay.
And for a more structured approach, Accelerator offers dedicated speed reading exercises and training programs.
So there's really an app for every need
It seems like it.
and learning style.
Yeah, definitely.
But do you think relying solely on apps can be a crutch?
Oh, that's a good question. That's an insightful point.
Right.
While apps are fantastic for training,
Yeah.
they don't necessarily teach you how to apply those skills in real-world situations.
So it's important to bridge the gap
It is.
between uh, app-based training and everyday reading.
Yeah.
It's like learning to drive in a simulator
Yes.
versus getting behind the wheel of a real car.
Exactly.
And beyond the technical skills,
Right.
there's something the article touches upon that I find really compelling.
Oh, okay.
It's about finding a purpose for your reading.
Yeah.
Why are you reading this particular book or article?
Right.
What do you hope to gain from it?
For sure.
Having a clear purpose
Yeah.
focuses your attention and makes the process more meaningful.
Absolutely. It transforms reading from a passive activity to an active pursuit of knowledge and growth.
And speaking of active reading,
Yes.
the article also emphasizes the importance of scanning and skimming.
Yes, those are essential techniques for any efficient reader.
Okay.
Scanning is like using a searchlight. You're quickly searching for specific information,
Yeah.
like a name, a date, or a key concept.
Uh-huh.
Skimming, on the other hand, is about getting a bird's-eye view of the text.
So it's like reading a map to get a sense of the landscape
Yeah.
before you start exploring.
A perfect analogy.
Okay.
Skimming helps you identify the main points, the structure of the argument, and any sections that require closer attention.
Okay.
These techniques are incredibly useful for research when you need to quickly extract key information from a lengthy document.
And even for everyday reading, right?
Absolutely.
Like when you're scanning a news website or skimming through a magazine article.
Exactly. The more you practice these techniques, the more efficient you become at filtering information and focusing on what's most important.
Okay.
And I think the author's personal anecdote really brings this home.
You mean the story about how discovering a particular book
Yes.
had a profound impact on their life?
Yes, it's a reminder that reading isn't just about accumulating knowledge.
Uh-huh.
It's about encountering ideas that can change the way we think, the way we live, and the way we see the world.
Right.
And speed reading allows us to have those encounters more frequently, expanding our horizons and opening up new possibilities.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
So it's not just about reading faster, it's about reading better, right?
Exactly. It's about becoming a more engaged, efficient, and effective reader.
Okay.
It's about unlocking the full potential of reading as a tool for learning, growth, and personal transformation.
Well said. And I think what's great about this article is
Yeah.
that it goes beyond theory and provides practical strategies
It does.
that we can start implementing right away.
Absolutely. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from breaking down the mechanics of speed reading
Yeah.
to exploring the mental aspects of comprehension and retention. But one key takeaway I hope you've gained is that speed reading isn't some magical ability.
It's a skill that anyone can develop.
Exactly.
And the potential rewards are huge.
They are.
Imagine having the ability to absorb knowledge at twice or even triple your current speed.
Right?
What book or topic would you tackle first?
Yeah, think about that.
How would it impact your life?
That's a good question.
Those are some thought-provoking questions to ponder.
Indeed. And we encourage you, the listener, to share your reflections and continue exploring this fascinating world of speed reading.
Great. Well, this deep dive has been an incredible journey.
It has.
We've explored a wide range of techniques, tools, and even some philosophical insights about the power of reading.
For sure.
What a fantastic way to wrap up part 2. Yeah, it really does feel like we've kind of uncovered this hidden superpower that we
Yeah.
all have just waiting to be unleashed.
And what's so empowering is that um, it's a skill anyone can learn.
Yeah,
Like it's not some innate talent.
right.
It's all about practice and the right techniques.
Think about the possibilities.
I know.
You could, stay ahead of the curve in your field, finally tackle that bonching reading list, and maybe even have more time for other things you love. Yeah.
It really could be life-changing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I first started experimenting with speed reading.
Yeah.
And I was just amazed by how much more I could read and how much more information I retained.
Yeah.
It really opened up a whole new world for me.
You know, you've touched on something important there.
Yeah,
It's not just about reading more.
right.
It's about the impact
It
it
is.
has on our lives.
Yes.
What book or topic would you, the listener, dive into if you could suddenly double your reading speed? How would it change things for you?
Those are great questions to consider.
Yeah.
We've explored so much in this deep dive.
Yeah.
The mechanics of speed reading, the importance of active engagement, and the tools that can help us along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing I want to emphasize before we wrap up.
Okay, what's up?
Speed reading isn't about mindlessly racing through text.
Right.
It's about being a more conscious, intentional reader.
Okay.
It's about choosing the right approach for each piece of material and being fully present with the ideas that you encounter.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's about making reading a more mindful and enriching experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And remember, this is just the beginning of your speed reading journey. There's so much more to explore and discover.
Well, this deep dive has been an incredible journey.
We have.
We've unearthed so many valuable insights about speed reading.
We have.
It's definitely sparked my curiosity to learn more and put these techniques into practice.
I encourage you, the listener, to do the same.
Yeah.
Embrace the challenge and discover the transformative power of speed reading for yourself.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of speed reading.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration.